I will add 2 points. First point, just to answer Mr. Rami's question. As I understood, he's asking, is there any role to the other apps or the stakeholders to be involved in the steering committee? I think that the steering committee is limited to the decisions limited. Decisions limited. It does not mean that we need a consultancy from others. And this is the idea. It has to create a board of consultants to assist the steering committee, to assist the Palestinians to some things related directly, as Dr. Shaddad mentioned here, it's directly to PLO to decide. And I think that PLO is holding the negotiation, and it has only the right to decide, and to be blamed if it decided wrong or right. Now, at consultancy level, yes, we need other stakeholders from NGOs, from research institutes, from the private sector. Now, going to the second, which is the private sector, the role of the private sector in the feasibility study. And I don't know if we have an active private sector aware about the water, and he can, it's not only from research point of view, but in the future role of the project, assuming that the projects will be feasible. Are the private sector able to be involved in future projects as a partner and not as assistance provider? If we are able, as a Palestinian, if we are able, the private sector is able to be a partner, like to enter in a partnership with other, the Israeli and the European, are we able? What we need to be involved as a partner? It is something that we have to discuss, and I think that it was an idea that I discussed directly with Dr. Shaddad, and what we need to enhance the role of the private sectors to take the role of partner and not to assistance provider. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hawais. That shows that the official governmental body cares about the private sector. Any other questions? Any other comments, reservation? Otherwise, you are all invited to attend the Jericho workshop, which will start at 3:30 for this purpose. So whoever really feel that want to hear more, or again, the same thing, you are really welcome to attend. If there is no comment, no questions, I would like to thank you for your attendance to this workshop and for the World Bank mission. I will leave the World Bank status at the steering committee to comment by Wahid, but frankly, I can leave your comment regarding the status of the Palestinian Authority and the steering committee. I can just leave it without comment. But frankly, just to be honest, we cannot reopen the TUR and negotiate that. But in public, in the newspaper, we're saying the project is represented by Palestine, Israel, but officially speaking, the TUR mentioned there as the Palestinian Authority. Maybe this is one of the mistakes that the Palestinians did. Even we didn't mention that the Palestinians are represented at the level of the PLO. So we admit our mistake, but inshallah, maybe next time. If you want to comment about the World Bank status. Just, Yusuf, we need to hear from Dr. Wahid.
As I mentioned before, this is an opportunity for us to hear your comments and not to give you a lot of detailed information. All of these comments will become part of the permanent record, and responses to that will also be prepared, and it will be made available to all parties, and it will also be on the website, so that the response to these issues and comments are actually made globally available and not just as a response here. And for that reason, I will make my response to that direct question very brief. The membership of the World Bank in the steering committee, 2 members rather than 4 members, has nothing to do with the level of influence or level of authority or directions that may be dictated by one party or another. This committee will not work and does not work on the basis of votes, so that there are only 2 World Bank votes against the other 12 votes that may be cast. So please do not look at the numbers as a measure of influence or responsibility. The 3 beneficiary parties got together and jointly agreed to ask the World Bank to facilitate this process. And the World Bank will do its job to facilitate the process according to established procedures at the World Bank, and this public meeting is one of those procedures. The process of procurement is one of those procedures. The safeguards for all the issues that you see is part of that procedures. And this has nothing to do with the number of representatives on there. And furthermore, the 2 representatives of the World Bank are 2 of the highest officials on the technical side at the World Bank. One is the water advisor for the entire World Bank, and the other one is a senior environmental advisor for the entire World Bank. Technically, you don't get any higher than that at the World Bank in terms of representation. So I plead with you not to look at the numbers in that sense, because they do not mean anything, and do not see that as a measure of influence or lack of influence.
Thank you, Dr.